Spirit's
Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Let's try that again. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday!
It's so much better. It's so nice when spring is springing and people are here at church on Sunday mornings. I love it. So we've got this little sing-along. We did it last week, but sing with us. The words are in your bulletin. Surely the presence. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and grace. I can hear the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. There's a holy hush around us as God's glory fills this place. I can feel God's mighty presence. I can see it on each face, and my heart is overflowing with the fullness of joy. I know without a doubt I am one with God. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Renewed and sustained in spirit, I begin again. The first words of the Gospel of John read, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." By speaking my positive thoughts aloud, I co-create with God. I am prospered by what the Scripture inspires in me. Spirit within makes all things new. If I'm hesitant to begin, I draw from the infinite reservoir of creativity. I envision myself as a child and remember the exhilaration I felt when I experienced the colors, scents, sounds, sensations, and flavors of the world for the first time. I take this joie de vivre into any new endeavor. I dispel my fears about starting a project or creative venture. I boldly, confidently move in the direction of my aspiration, knowing I am lovingly supported by the divine within. I'd like to repeat that line again. I boldly, confidently move in the direction of my aspiration. Say that with me. I boldly, confidently move in the direction of my aspiration. Again, I boldly, confidently move in the direction of my aspiration. And one more time. I boldly, confidently move in the direction of my aspirations. And so it is.
And so it is. If you are willing and able, why don't you stand up? Words are in your bulletin. And let's sing together. Same great light. The same great light.
Amazing grace for a wretch like me. Hallelujah is flowing through me. Oh, and what if I believed in your power and I really lived it? What if I believed Christ in me? Oh, what if I believed I would lay my worries down, see these hills as level ground? What if I believed Christ in me? Oh, I would praise you with my life, let my story lift you high. What if I believed Christ in me? Oh, what if I believed Christ in me? And what if I believed in your power and I really lived in what if I believed Christ in me? What if I believed?
I would lay my worries down.
I would lay my worries down and I'd see these hills as level ground. What if I believed Christ in me? Oh, I would praise you with my life, let my story lift you high. What if I believed Christ in me? Oh, what if I believed Christ in me? Oh, what if I believed Christ in me?
Take that Christ in you and go give somebody a hug and wish them a happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Sparkling. Hi, Doug. Good. Thank you. Wow. A lot of people here. Happy Sunday, man. Good to see you.
Happy Sunday.
Wow.
Happy Sunday, John.
Happy Sunday, Kenneth.
Happy Sunday, my love.
It's such a lively room today.
I heard today is birthday Sunday.
It's birthday Sunday, and it's like, yeah, it's exciting. Everybody here, we're celebrating March birthdays.
Birthday, so we have
crazy.
potluck. There's food in there.
The first quarter of the year is done.
So I'd just like to introduce myself. If you don't know me already, I'm Johnny Lazuski. I am your platform assistant today. We have Kenneth on the keys over there. And we have our prayer chaplain, Teresa Krisky. She's going to be in the back. And then we have Arlene Meyer, who's going to be giving us our message today. Very excited. So are there anybody here for the first time? I look around, I don't see anybody I don't know. Anybody here for the second or third time? Oh yes, they're welcome. I always love it when people come back. I think that's even better than the first time. So I think that's great. So we have some announcements. I'm going to start with Teresa. She's going to make an announcement here about.
A couple of things. First of all, a little shout out prayer for our friend Manya, who's in the puzzle championship today, right now, as we speak. Also, on Friday night, I'm going to be doing a Good Friday, God Friday service here. And it's going to be a little bit more elaborate than it was 2 years ago. I'm going to be bringing in a little bit about Holy Thursday and a little bit about Holy Saturday. And also, I don't know if somebody else was going to mention it, but Holy Friday, we're having The Shack is going to be played here. Wednesday. What did I say? Oh, Friday. Okay. So Holy Thursday, we have The Shack. Holy Wednesday, we have The Shack. Then we have a little break, and then we have Holy Friday, Good Friday here. That's
What is The Shack? What does that mean?
The Shack is a movie. It was actually an amazing, it's also a book if you guys have ever read the book. I was so moved by it that I actually did a whole Sunday service on it a few years ago. So come and join us. It's really a great, absolutely.
6 o'clock is potluck.
6 o'clock is potluck
6:30 is the movie.
and 6:30 is the movie. So come join us.
Thanks, Teresa. I have Michelle. Michelle, she has a couple of announcements here.
Take a microphone. Harsh didn't hear you.
So I'm starting a community outreach group, and I'm welcoming anybody who wants to join, so we can give back. Arlene gave us a wonderful idea to make these blessing bags and to hand them out to people who appear homeless, and carry them with us in the car, and also to do food drives, which I've been trying to amp up. The other thing, as a mini fundraiser, we were thinking of having different people host a dinner at their home, maybe, and invite about 8 people, or 6 to 8. And I need volunteers from anybody who would be interested in doing that, and then we would charge people to come to the dinners. But I think it would build community building and also help bring funds to us as well.
We have so many things. If you look in your program, you're going to see so many. We have aging is not for the faint of heart, and I'm wondering if I'm qualified to come to this. Okay, because I'm aging, right? Okay, so next week, then we have open mic night on the 18th. Drum circle on the 20th. We have vibrational sound bath on the 26th. Oh, and the 25th is Earth Day Festival at the Norwalk Green with Kenneth. So those are some of the great things that are happening at Unity.
And I'm excited. The next Sunday is, of course, Easter Sunday. We do Easter a little differently here, which is nice. And Raisa Katona Bennett and Christina Connors are going to be singing with us. Hopefully Christina's mom, just some love and prayers. She flew down to be with her mom. She's having some health things that they're looking into, and will probably be having surgery. So Christina's currently down there with her mother in Charlotte, North Carolina. But hopefully she'll be back to join us. And if not, Reyes and I will turn that trio into a duet, and we'll figure it out. So, but send some prayers and love to Christina and her family as well, please.
Thanks, Kenneth. So here at Unity, we believe not only in the man, the Christ, it's a spirit that lives within each of us that we can tap into anytime we want. We have access to it at all times, and we light this candle to symbolize that. And we say, the Christ in me is awake now. Can we say that together? The Christ in me is awake now. So it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
grateful. I forgot one announcement. I know that Howard and Caesar are eager to talk to you about the prospect of memoir, and I'm really interested to hear from them. So if you have a moment afterwards and you want to talk about with them, just grab them and then have a chat. I am so grateful today. I think that the universe is just flowing in the way that it is supposed to flow, and I'm wrapping up my job this week. I finish it off on Wednesday. I've been there for 13 years. I'm excited about that, but I decided that I was going to sign up for Vipassana because I have been hearing about this for so long and from so many people. And so I had signed up about a month ago and I got waitlisted, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it won't happen. Okay, fine. And then I got emailed this week, and I have the waitlist. Then I thought, oh, well, I can leave if I want. Like, if it's awful, I could just leave. And then this girl emails me and she says, I got your name off the rideshare list, and I'd like to know if I can get a ride. Not on the first day, I need a ride on the last day. I was like, once I say yes to this young lady, I am in it to win it. So I said yes. So I am committed. I'm committed. April 15th. So I ask your prayers, please, prayers for me while I am there from the 15th to the 26th. What are you guys grateful for today? All right.
I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have had an amazing trip to Maui and to be home safe and sound and to have followed the wisdom and guidance that came from within me, that Christ consciousness. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Who else? Oh, Betsy, I'm coming to you.
So many of you know that my mom made her transition last week. It was very peaceful at home and beautiful. And I'm so grateful to have had really the best mom in the world. I know you think your moms are, but she was an amazing woman. She influenced so many people, had a wonderful impact on the world, and we will be celebrating her life tomorrow. Mass in Fairfield at St. Anthony's at 10, and we have a big celebration at the Irish Club at noon. So if you'd like to join us, please do. And you may not have known her, but she knew you. She used to watch every Sunday, and I would come home, and she would have comments, you know, oh, Kenneth was so good this week. Oh, that speaker, you know. And she'd always comment on Joyful Noise. So anyway, thank you for sharing her light with me and your light with me.
I'm going over to Christina. I'm coming to you. I'm coming.
Thank you. Good morning. It was really a privilege to participate in a concert last night. It was the conductor's, who's a world-renowned conductor. It was his 80th birthday, and he was a visiting, because he was there for like 20 years at Yale Symphony Orchestra, and he came back to do one of the most difficult orchestra pieces, Mahler's Second Symphony. When I tell you it was incredible, the place was packed. There were like 20 violin players, like 10 horns, every single instrument you can imagine, and then our little choir participated. But it was just a phenomenal and standing ovation for like over 5 minutes. Just the joy that these people that play these instruments, it was so wonderful to experience that.
Jen.
I'm just grateful that my friend Kima decided to come today and check us out, because she actually has a church that she goes to, but she wanted to check us out, so I'm thankful for that.
Coming back there. Get you guys in.
Hey, this is a thank you, gratitude, just for all the things that I have learned and integrated into who I am. I got double punched with two very large, very unexpected bills back to back, and I sat down yesterday, and even as my heart was racing, like, can I do this, can I figure this out, I kept refusing to go there, because I know otherwise, right? God didn't take me this far just to drop me, so I figured it out, and I'm okay, and I'm so grateful, because it might not have worked out as well for someone else to have been in this situation. So everything I've learned from the Unity movement lifts me up every moment of my day, and I'm grateful.
I am grateful. I have a program. It's called Discover Your Roadmap to Healing, and I believe it's supposed to reach the masses. And I created it about 6 years ago. It's my baby. And I just heard from Omega Institute, which is a retreat center, and they want me to come and offer it there.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing your joy and your gratitude, because it increases our joy and our gratitude. Thank you.
So maybe you didn't share your gratitude, but I know you've got something you're grateful for. So hopefully you'll take a moment in fellowship and share that good news with someone. But we're going to take that vibration of gratitude, of love, of healing, and we're going to intone that word God, which is just a vibration, the word, and let that healing energy go where it needs to go within our world, the one we see and the one we don't, the one we feel, the one we know. And then we're going to let that lead us into our meditation with the good Reverend Arlene. So we take a deep breath and we go like this. Let's do that again. One last time.
And I invite you now to just take that presence that we just felt and take it deep within. And put your hands on your stomach, right hand and the left hand above it. But don't hold it too tight. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, allow the stomach to go out. And then take a deep breath out, allowing the stomach to go in. And just becoming aware of the breath through the abdomen, going in and going out. God is in the breath. When we take time to really connect to the breath, we can connect to God's presence within us and around us. With every breath that we take, we allow ourselves to go deeper and deeper into feeling the oneness with the presence. Just like our breath, that presence can only be felt in this moment. It is not in the past, and it is not in the future. And so whenever the mind wanders, just go back to the breath. I invite you now to take a couple of moments breathing in and breathing out God's presence as we became one in our consciousness with God as we sit in the silence.
It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. I need to laugh, and when the sun is out, well, I've got something I can laugh about. I feel good in a special way, 'cause I got love and it's a sunny day. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And what do I say?
It's all right.
Yeah, it is. It's all right. Come on up, Reverend Arlene.
Oh yes, here comes the sun. It is spring. We realize that. It's spring. It's been spring for a while. Sometimes the weather doesn't always cooperate with the seasons. You know, Mother Nature has an idea when the season should be, and the weather sometimes is a little bit behind times. But it's really interesting because I love spring, but not for the reason that a lot of people think. It's because spring is a time of renewal, rejuvenation, rebirth, and the ability to reinvent ourselves. I am the queen of reinventing myself. About every 10, 15 years, I've reinvented myself. Different careers, different places I've lived, whatever, because that is what life is about. Life is about living. And, you know, in a couple of weeks, I'm doing a workshop that aging is not for the faint of heart, but it's not about aging. It's for every age, because at any age, we can decide we are either going to move forward in our life and live it, or we are not going to live it, because age is all in the mind. My father used to tell me that years ago. He said it's all in the mind. So spring, we think about spring as rejuvenation, all that, but there is no spring without winter. Think about that for a minute. And there's no winter without fall, and there's no fall without summer. You see, you need all the seasons. We can't just live for spring or summer. And sometimes we think that some time of the year is better than the others. I have to tell you, in 1972, I left the Northeast and I moved to Miami, Florida, because I thought all my problems had to do with living in the cold. So I decided to pack up my stuff and move to Miami because life was gonna be good. The sun always shone. You didn't have to worry about here comes the sun. It was always there. It was warm and life was gonna be perfect. And what happened was my life fell apart. I mean disaster. You name it, it happened to me. I hit the lowest bottom I have ever hit with the sun shining and the weather warm, and I thought that that's all I had to do. And the other thing I like about spring are the holidays. We think about the holidays in spring. Of course, we have spring, and now we have Earth Day, which is something that is fairly new in the world. But we also have Passover and Easter. And both of those holidays, it's really interesting how they are related to spring. So if we know about those holidays, one is an Old Testament holiday, one is a New Testament. So years ago, in the Old Testament, the Israelites, the Jews, were living as slaves. They weren't very good. Things were not good in their life. But then comes along Moses, and who gets this idea that he's going to take them out of Egypt and into the promised land. So he thinks they're going to be so excited, right? If I came to you and said, I am going to take you to the promised land, I guarantee you, God spoke to me and I'm taking you all to the promised land, and your life was really miserable. You'd probably say, okay, I'll go. But they're being Jews, and I can say this as being brought up Jewish, instead of saying, oh, I want to go, they just moaned and complained and just, it was just, oy vey, I gotta go, I got my stuff here, my life is here, but you're a slave. I don't care that I'm a slave. I know what slavery is like. This is good. And so what happens, what happens in our life when we get a message to do something from God and we don't do it? We were just talking about this before. God knocks on my door and I'm like, I don't need to do it. My life is good. Then God knocks louder and I still don't need to do it because I know what I'm doing. And then God blows the door off. And then I go, oh, I should have had a V8. I should have gone before everything fell apart. But no, I needed to get what I needed to get. So the Israelites finally leave because God throws 10 plagues. 10 plagues, not one, not 10 times to get their attention and to get the Pharaoh's attention. Now they are forced out and they are going to the promised land. Do you think they're excited about that? No, they complained the whole way. They get to the Red Sea, they're complaining. Why did you take us to the Red Sea? Now we're going to die in the water. We were living in slavery, but now we're going to drown. And, it's like they don't want to do that. And years ago, a lot of people have seen the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston. But they had a recent movie with, okay, I know movies very well, but names I have trouble remembering. So anyway, it's an actor I love, but he plays Moses. And in this movie, because it's a more modern movie, they get to the Red Sea and nobody wants to go in. And he cannot get these guys in. And then he finally starts walking into the water before the water is parted. And he convinces some people to follow him. And as they walk into the water, before it is parted, that's really important to remember, all of a sudden as they go in, they're up to their waist in water, and the water parts. You see, sometimes in life, we have to step out in trust. We want everything to be okay before we do it, right? We want the career to be there, perfect, before we leave our job. But God doesn't always have that in mind. Sometimes it's like you're going to leave your job, and then we're going to figure out what you're going to do next. So it's very interesting. So spring is a time of rebirth. It's a time of reinvention. It's a time of moving forward. So the Israelites move forward, they cross the Red Sea, the Egyptians all drowned. You would think they would get the message, right? They don't get the message. They're in the desert, complaining for 40 years. 40 years, like fletching and this, that, and the other. And they don't get to go into the promised land until everybody who left Egypt dies, except for 2 people. Now, what that represents metaphysically is we don't get to go into a promised land until we lose the old thinking that has kept us slaves to our old life. You see, one of my favorite quotes is, "It's never too late to be the person you were meant to be." But I have to have some faith and trust in God to step out, because if I don't step out, nothing is going to happen. So that's the Old Testament. And so the Israelites, they learned their lesson, but they haven't learned their lesson. They spent years enslaved in many countries, and then Jesus comes along. Jesus, thank God, Jesus, right? He comes along to teach these stubborn Jews a new way of believing, because he really came to speak to the Jews. He came to show them what was God's really like. That God was a loving Father, that God cared about us, that we didn't have to moan and groan, and we could have this new thought, and have this new life. And so he comes to give that message. And so what happens to him? He gets crucified, because the Jews, they don't want to listen. They're so stubborn. Anyway, so, growing up, I always say, people tell me, oh, you grew up in a Catholic home and so much guilt. I said, you should grow up in a Jewish home. Guilt is the middle name. So anyway, Jesus comes, and what does he come to teach? About renewal, rebirth, rejuvenation, and the fact there is a different way to do things. There's a different way to think about things. So do you think it was that easy? It wasn't easy. The people he wanted to talk to were against him. And although Jesus really knew that he had a loving Father and that this was his way to show this, what happens? He gets into the Garden of Gethsemane, and all of a sudden he has that doubt. And he says, Father, take this cup from me, because I don't think I want to do this. They're going to put me on a cross. They're going to crucify me. Do you know how painful a way of dying that is? And so he says, take this from me. Then he says, but if it's your will, so be it. You see, that's a lesson we all need to learn, especially in spring, a time of renewal, is the fact that sometimes God's will for us isn't easy. That God's will for us is asking us to do something that maybe we don't want to do. But if we truly believe that it is God's will for us, then it is, thank you, God, your will be done. So I love this time of year. And I love this time of year because, like I said, I like to renew myself. I like to reinvent myself. And, in a couple of weeks, I'm having this workshop on aging is not for the faint of heart. Really is, aging is not for sissies. But the fact of the matter is we all age at any point. But what happens is, for some of us, we forget that we could keep moving forward. We think it's too late to do this, or it's too late to do that, or I can't do this because I'm this age, or I can't do that because I'm that age. I never say I can't do something because of my age. I maybe can't do it because of my knees. But I messed up my knees many years ago because I didn't pay any attention when the doctor said, don't run. Because what what MD, I had a friend who was a doctor, and she said that MD stands for minor deities, right? Because whatever the doctor says, that's it. But I didn't pay attention because at that time I didn't believe in God. So minor deity, major deity, it didn't matter. I wasn't going to do what anyone told me to do anyway. So I did a good job of destroying my knees. Nothing to do with age. So we have to realize that at any point in our life, we can take control of it. Not control of it, but own it and say, this can be the best time of my life. Because this is where I am now. And guess what, folks? We only have where we are. We can't go back to where we've been, and we have no control over what is going to happen in the future, no matter how much we want to. What we have is now. But that's great, because guess what is in the now? God is in the now. God is in the now, and it is here in that moment that we feel God's presence. It is here in that moment that we can connect with God, have a conscious connection with God. So instead of getting into all this stuff about age or I'm old, I'm young, or whatever, we are the age we are. At this very moment, you are the age you are. And that's the way it is. You can't change it. You might want to change it, but you can't change it. And I think I've told this joke before, but it's about this woman who gets hit by a car, and she dies and she goes up to heaven. Did I tell you this joke? And she gets up to heaven, and God says to her, "Oh, what are you doing here?" She says, "Well, I got hit by a car." And he says, "Well, you aren't supposed to die now. You're not going to die for another 30 years. So go back to earth and enjoy your life." So she goes back to earth, and she's thinking, I got 30 years. I'm going to look good those 30 years. So she has a facelift. She has the boobs done. She has the butt done. She has it all done. She's looking good. She's got extensions in her hair. She's like, she's cool, right? And then she goes out, and she gets hit by a bus. And she goes up to heaven, and she says, "What am I doing here? You told me I wasn't going to die for like 30 years. And God says to her, "I didn't recognize you." So, there's something to say for accepting where we're at. Because, you know, you never know what's going to happen. So I invite you to come, or not come, because it's always our will, our decision, and everything else. But spring is such a great time for this, because this is the best time of our life, whatever time it is. We decide if it's the best time in our life. We decide. Unity's third principle is the thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. It is all about, not every thought, folks, because you know what? We have thousands of thoughts going through our mind. It's the thoughts we hold in our mind, the thoughts we make a part of us that determine our life. So I have a choice. Every day of my life, I have a choice of how I am going to live my life. I am either going to believe in a God, a higher power, whatever you want to call it, that is good, that is love, that cares for me. I am either going to have faith in that power, in that God, and either I am going to trust it or I am not going to trust it. And folks, trust is an important word, because trust takes faith to a whole different level. I can have faith there's a God, but am I going to trust? You know, am I going to go to Hawaii when the weather may not be good? I'm going to trust. I'm going to go to Hawaii, and I'm going to have the best time I can have, right? I'm going to do that. So I invite you to take a moment and take a couple of deep breaths, because you know what? This is the best time of your life. It is spring. It is a time that we get to renew our spirits. It is a time that we get to celebrate, whether it be the Jews leaving Egypt to a promised land, or Jesus coming to show us that there is nothing in this world that we cannot have victory over. Whatever fears we have, whatever troubles we have, Jesus came to show us that this too we can overcome. That somehow this too might be good. That somehow this too might be God. And that somehow this too might be what God's will for us is. It is all a matter of perception. As we perceive, so it is. So I invite you to celebrate this season, and more, celebrate the season of your life, whatever that season is, because it's the only one you have today. And so we say, thank you, God, for this season of our life. And so it is. Amen.
I'd like to lose all time again and look for trees to climb again, recite a little rhyme again, and dream a reckless dream for someone I've exiled in me. Awoke today and smiled at me. I need to find the child in me again. Oh, I know that we all grow older, grow sadder, grow wiser, grow colder, grow up. So I look for myself, leaving no stone unturned. Oh, I need to recapture the truths I've unlearned, the honesty, the open face, the smile, simple faith, the easy grace. I didn't see the time erase the child that used to be. I'll have to wait a while to see. He may come back in style in me. I need to find the child in me again. I need to find the child in me again. Oh, I know that we all grow older, grow sadder, grow wiser, grow colder, grow up. So I look for myself, leaving no stone unturned. Oh, I need to recapture the truths I've unlearned, to find myself a child again, to meet the morning mild again, to run headlong and wild again into a dawning dream. It seems like such a precious thing, a peace beyond imagining. This winter will give way to spring again. La, 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 la. It seems like such a precious thing, a peace beyond imagining. But he'll awake and smile in me, and he'll be reconciled in me. I need to find the child in me again. I need to find the child in me again.
All right, now's the time where if you have felt filled up by the service, by the people around you, we need to keep the lights on. So we ask that you give back to yourselves, and there are lots of ways to give. There's a QR code in the bulletin. There's a spot on our website. There's a text to give, or you can give the good old-fashioned way. Kevin will be coming around with the prosperity pouch. But first, let's go into our heart and say our prayer. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So it is.
Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Divine love, divine love flowing through me. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Divine love, divine love, flowing through me.
We are so blessed and we are so grateful to know that giving and receiving are the same thing. And as we give, we receive. And that there is only one source and one supply, God the good. And we are grateful as we share this prosperity in our lives, in our community. We say thank you, God. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you, Kat. Yeah. So this doesn't happen. So actually, let's start. It's birthday Sunday. I said that at the beginning. So if you are celebrating a March birthday, we'd love for you to come up and receive a blessing. Is anyone?
Well, come on.
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of age here.
Yeah, come on up. Come on up.
We got a few. That's great. So what we're going to do we have a candle coming from the kitchen? Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them our unity blessing, which is we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. Yeah, got it? We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ as you. So they're going to put their hands up and take in this blessing, and we're going to send it to them. And then by then we're going to have a beautiful candle that they're going to send out into the world. So we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. And so it is.
So it is. All right. So just a lot of people to thank this morning, all these wonderful people who showed up, all these volunteers. I saw a really good-looking guy greeting people before. It seems like he's gone now, but we thank him. We want to thank Lee over on AV. We want to thank Steve. We want to thank Christina for hospitality, and anyone else who brought things. Arlene, I saw you brought something in. Our prayer chaplain, Teresa, the joyful noise, Kenneth, yay, and Arlene, Meyer, thank you so much for being here, and our board member on duty back there, Kevin, thank you all so much.
And Johnny Lazuski, our leader today.
So just, if we could all just stand and we'll pray out, okay?
Okay.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, all is well.
With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher. Onto higher ground. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher. Onto higher ground. Blessed are we peacemakers. Blessed are we peacemakers. On this journey day to day. On this journey day to day. We shall live immersed in love. We shall live immersed in love. As we seek the highest way. As we seek the highest way. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher. Onto higher ground. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher.
invite you as you go out to take the step and move higher, be a higher consciousness in this